congrats. I hear that you beat my coworker in fantasy. So, hey.
Yeah.
He was very bitter.
Who was it?
Brandon, he's the chillest, but
is he rodeo clown? I think he is.
I have no idea.
Is it who I just played this last week?
Because Monday, I think it is.
Yeah, his name I think is Rodeo Clown.
Rodeo
Clown or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, I only beat him by I think a touchdown, and it was like pretty close game and coming down to it. Yeah.
That's him. Yeah, he was so upset because it was so close. He was like, gosh.
It was like, so close, yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny. He was just like, yeah, tell your brother that, good win, but I'm just so pissed. Like,
dude, I tell him I feel that because, yeah, it's like it's kind of nothing you can do about it type of thing. Well, obviously you play and stuff. So, because I'm on in our league, I'm on a fucking 3-game losing streak, man.
Oh, really?
Oh, Molly says congrats on sweeping her.
Thank you. I've been.
We have the same record. We're both 4 and 5.
Well, I'll be honest. I've been consulting with Jay a little more, and thank you.
Jay, everyone. That's the thing, though, too. Like, you can consult anybody, and you can do crazy research like me. Yeah, and you'll go and do all your research, and everything points to this guy. You'll put him in. And he doesn't do anything. It's all luck. It's all random, So it's just you try to put yourself in best position to what you think's going to happen, and who knows what's really going to happen. I swear to God, man, I cannot get the kicker right. Kickers will be throwing out 12 points, 9 points, solid numbers for a kicker. I get them, and I'm and I always get their lowest total. So for 10 weeks now, for 9 weeks, I'm and I feel like this kind of goes back to the end of last year where I'm okay, what's the deal? It's this guy, this kicker hasn't gone below 9 points. I get him and he gets 4.
Dude, that's gotta be so frustrating.
I don't know.
Maybe that's just that's some weird trauma from our Vikings kicking, bad luck. Maybe it's spilled on somehow. You're
but yeah, so me and you are atop of our division. So we're tied for our division lead. So say you win this week and I lose, then you'll take, I think right now you're in 7th. You would jump and take my 2 slot.
Oh, geez.
Because it's really, I mean, next year maybe we don't play. Me and you are in the same division. Yeah. Next year maybe we don't play division. So that way, because Molly's division, everyone is good in their division. Anna's still undefeated. And then Blake, Molly, and Ben are 5 and 4 while we're 4 and 5. So if the playoffs started today, one of their good records would be out because we won the division. Does that make sense?
Their good records would be out because we
got it. So division winners are guaranteed.
They have more priority than the record.
Yeah, even if the last place in one division has a better record than the person that won their division, the fact that person won their division, they automatically get into the playoffs. So me and you could have a losing record because our division's not so well. But that's how it goes. Next year, maybe we don't do any divisions. That way, it's just the 4 best records make the playoffs. I think we'll try that next year. But this year, might as well take advantage.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I did beat Rodeo Clown.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and dude, I'm in 4th place again in that league.
Oh, damn. Hey. And did you get the highest points that week?
I think I got it for last week, sorry. So in your work league, so that in that league, top 4 seeds make it. And they don't play as long. We go our regular seasons to week 15, and then we use the last 2 weeks of the season, 16 and 17, as our playoffs. A lot of leagues, the last week of regular season's week 13 because, when teams clinch the playoffs, they'll start resting players. For me, I'm I like the challenge of it. If you rest one of my players, does it suck? Yeah, but I have to figure it out then and try to still win,
Yeah, so that's the challenge.
So anyway, that the work league is a little bit shorter. So therefore, if I can hang on to 4th place for the next few weeks, I should be able to make the playoffs.
That's awesome, dude.
That's what it's about. You just got to get in the tourney.
Do it. Get in there, sneak on and wild card it if you have to. I wonder. Okay, cool. So you got the highest score. Oh, whatever happened. I actually don't know. I did not check. Whatever happened between your and Molly's fantasy football game.
Yeah, I got my doors boxed in. Molly whooped my ass. I don't remember the final score. What was the final? Oh, she's going to remind me.
Oh, perfect. The stats.
A good old cordial reminder.
174.
174.
143.
To 43? I thought you beat me by a lot more.
I still beat you.
Backhanded compliment. But yeah, so anyway, I lost by
174 to 143, you said? Or 43.
I
Okay.
think you were the second highest point scored that week.
Fuck.
Damn. Well.
So I lost my first battle with her of 3. I think I play her 2 more times, including one next week. So we'll have to get in on that.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to do what we did last time. We want to hear your lineups and see what you got.
Have you seen Dalvin Cook the last 2 weeks?
He's just like an angel from heaven, I think. Gracing us.
He's the best running back in the league this year.
For sure. Yeah, we beat the Packers. What the hell?
Yeah, I know it kind of came down to it at the end, but for the majority of that game, we dominated the Packers.
We did. I was shocked. I thought I was being punked. I was like, I don't understand. I was so prepared to lose that game. I just can't believe we won. I was so happy.
That made me fly. Hi.
That's exactly well said.
I mean, that was real good for me. That
season 3.
That was like a Sunday massage. I was just getting massaged up the rest of that day.
Yeah, it was like a luxury item. That was first class.
My food
champagne.
tasted better.
It was there on time.
My water was colder.
Cleaner.
My teeth were whiter.
Somehow, some way.
The sun was brighter.
And warmer. Damn, yeah, for real. It should
I had my Sunday best on at Sears,
Damn, that's when things are all right, things are gonna be okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just
then to turn around and beat Detroit in the manner that we did.
Yes.
Was just
cherry on top.
Down comforters and pina coladas all day.
I'm really starting to get a sense of your perfect vacation.
But Dalvin Cook, he has almost 500 yards in just the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so in some perspective, or for those of us who are what do those numbers even mean? What's the average for someone to get a good running back to get in 2 weeks or to get in a year or whatever?
So gosh, if you can get over 100, so if you can average 100 yards a game,
okay,
you're a pretty damn good running back.
Oh.
Some guys don't even accumulate over 500 yards the whole season, and he's done it the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
If you rush for over 1,000 yards in a season, it's a damn good year for you.
Yeah. Damn. So we have a superhero on our team.
It's maybe a tad easier in today's game than say it was in the 80s, 90s, of course, because the rules have changed to accommodate offenses to score more points. That's why same thing in NBA, you can't hand check anymore, in the 90s or even early 2000s.
You mean hand check armbar?
More so where, armbar, or where you kind of have you're in defensive stance and you just have your arm out to basically stop the dribbler and make him change directions. You
can't do that in the NBA anymore?
Correct. Yeah. Can't do that in the NBA. Because that's why it's easier for some of these guards to be able to get to the rim, because they can beat their guy off the dribble, because you can't use your arms to persuade their way of dribbling. Okay.
What about I'm assuming that means when you're touching them, right? And you're manipulating their direction.
If you're in defensive stance and you're dribbling, I can't, obviously you have to be like this. That's why defensive stances should be like this. But they used to be basically if a dribbler was coming and I'm guarding you and I'm picking you up full court, I can you stick my arm out and basically kind of hold you from going where you want to go.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just a non-contact maneuver that they were banning.
No, yeah. So it's basically they would dictate the dribbler or whatever. And, that's why you get scores back in the day too, it was 91-77. And it's the NBA is we need more scoring,
Yeah.
And that's why Steph Curry's obviously, revolutionized the 3-point shot. And so like, so that's been a part of it as well. NFL, the same thing. It's like, okay, that's why you can't touch a quarterback, because if you hurt the star quarterback and the backup comes in, the drop off is monumental. And then nobody wants to watch, like say you have a big nationally televised game, no one wants to watch that backup quarterback.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize.
And it all started with Anthony Barr when he fell on top of, well, he really just tackled him, Aaron Rodgers, and he broke his collarbone.
Oh, yeah.
That's when that rule changed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So all that goes with the NFL is like, we need to score more points. And so defenses like can't do as much, can't lead with your head, obviously trying to make the game safer, whatever the case. But like running backs, I would say in today's game, it's probably a little bit easier for them to rush for 1,000 yards or over 1,000 yards if you're a decent back than it was back in the day.
That's interesting. So I didn't know. So sometimes, or a lot of times, then the leagues will make up rules to keep, all for the sole purpose of keeping viewers to watch. Do you think that's like helped the games or hurt the games, or really not made any effect?
Yeah, it's hard. I think overall, because kind of like what we talked about in one of our prior episodes, is that they're not real interested in like obtaining the diehard fan. The diehard fan, you're gonna watch regardless. Right. Like you're gonna at least have it on when there's a backup quarterback because you're a diehard. You just love the game, you love the product, everything. Like, right. You know, but they're trying to get like the casual fan, like the fan that's like watches, you know, NFL every now and again. They're trying to really hook that fan to bring in that larger scale. And so does it help? Probably, because people want to see a sport where there's points scored. That's what that's what the action is. Yeah. And so, you know, they're trying to attract more fans that way by points being scored. No one really wants to watch a soccer game that's 1-0 or a hockey game, you know, that's 2-0. Like, yeah,
I was gonna ask though, but that's so common though. So has like soccer, for instance, tried to change anything about their league to make the points higher, like in football and basketball? Because it's low, you know. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't watch. It's like, but I mean, that's why people, I guess, in reverse, that's why they do watch, for that defensive battle. And like I know, you know, some hockey players saying like, that's what's fun about the game is like scoring is so seldom. So like when it does happen, it's like exciting, you know, it's just it shifts the landscape, you know? Yeah, that's a good point. To me, I'm like, I would rather watch points being scored. Yeah. I kind of like that as well. I like it's 100. Yeah, if I'm in love with basketball, like I like that, you know, you score like don't get me wrong, you play some defense and all that, you know, but right. Yeah, you want to see action. You want to see points being scored, and it's just hard defensively in the NFL. Like you basically can't do any, like, you know, you can't be a football player to a degree because you're trying to watch how you tackle, can't lead with your head, or like can't hit too late, or just, you know, we know what's a dirty play, and then we know when the refs are just being overzealous and calling things to, I don't know, to protect the offense. You can tell. So that's why, there's like records being broken for points and points being scored, and like all these quarterbacks now throw for zillion yards, and it's like they're breaking all these rookie record or fastest to 5,000 yards or whatever, and it's like, yeah, well, games change. Yeah, it's like sometimes the players from the past, I mean, they're playing a completely different game than the players from now. So it's, even to compare, it's kind of hard nowadays, because it's like, well, how would the players now play back then and vice versa? Absolutely. Like, you know how many shots Jerry West, you know how many more points Jerry West would have had in his career had he played with a 3-point line? He was one of the best outside shooters in the league in his day, in his time. And like basically has, you know, whatever percentage of points reduced from his total overall as like, you know, an NBA player. So like when it's like, oh, they passed Jerry West or whatever, like, it's like, well, yeah, really. But I mean, shit. So there's like kind of mediocre players in my opinion. I mean, still had to be great scorers, but like say a mediocre player passing a legend like Jerry West, and
it's like, man, it sucks to see Jerry West like go further down the list. But at the same time, man, if there would have been an actual 3-pointer during his day, like who knows, him or Rick Barry, like some of these guys in the 60s and 70s.
Wow.
So
how pissed were they when the 3-point line was implemented? I mean, I would have been so pissed.
It was the same year that Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were rookies.
Really?
1979. It was the 1979-1980 season.
Oh, wow. So they kind of like made that famous because they were great 3-point shooters too, right? Both of them.
Oh, yeah. Bird was
all day, right?
Magnificent shooter. He was, I mean, when comparatively to Magic, he was obviously a way better shooter than Magic. Magic's like shooting isn't his, that wasn't his forte.
Okay, if you're able to be completely unbiased, and you might not be, but in terms of skill set, who do you think was a better skillful player, Larry Bird or Magic Johnson?
Larry Bird.
Yeah. That's crazy. Because Magic Johnson was more like passing and like operating the court, right? Where
hell yeah.
Yeah, where Larry Bird was kind of doing it all, it seemed like.
Yeah, he was their leading scorer. He was their best passer. He was getting in there and getting rebounds. He didn't strike me as like, lockdown defender, but Magic wasn't the best at defense either.
Who was better, like, ball handler?
Magic.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, Bird, too, like, take the top 20 to 30 passes in the history of the NBA, and Bird's in there with at least 3, 4, 5 of them.
Yeah, doesn't he do, like, this crazy behind-the-back pass at one point? Man. Or maybe, I'm sure he did that a few times.
Are just insane. Both guys were clutch. Could hit buzzer beaters, could hit, like, shots when the games were tight. And dude, I gotta show you, I have the 30 for 30. It's the Lakers versus Celtics, and it's a 4-part documentary, and it's fucking badass because Donnie Wahlberg narrates for Boston. So every time Boston, like, they're talking about Boston or they're directing something at the Lakers from, like, say this, like, Celtic Nation or whatever, then Donnie Wahlberg is narrating it in his Boston accent, everything like that. Meanwhile, we have Ice Cube.
No way. I'm so happy they did that. That's badass.
It is an NBA meat sandwich. Or in our case, just drenched flavor. Veggies. Yeah, like just, yeah, exactly. Flavor of veggies sandwich.
Dude, well, that's just on a creative level. That is such a dope idea to have like 2 different narrators in that type of situation, Boston, LA. Like, that's awesome. I already love it.
Donnie Wahlberg, I know when he says something like something happens, like they talk about the game, like in every legend from each like team, is on it. So they get, Bird's on it, Magic talks on it, like, they get everybody, Kurt Rambis, like,
and it's 30 for 30. So does that mean it's
it's like Donnie Wahlberg's like, like say they start talking about the, they transition to the 19, like I think it was 80, let's just say 85 finals.
Okay.
And they're like, and we lost game 1 by law or whatever. And Donnie Wahlberg was like, yeah, we thought we were playing a champion, still same old Lakers, or whatever. And like,
it's all personal.
And then Ice Cube comes in and he's like, we wasn't scared, like, it's just, dude, the way it's done is, it's so good. So like,
I love that. They're like battling. Are they talking to each other?
I don't know if I'm going to come for Christmas. I was going to say I can bring it for Christmas, but.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing. There's been whispers about you not coming.
Yeah, shit is spiking again. Like we're about to be put on pause.
For real? Like everything's gonna go back to complete shutdown for you guys?
Yeah, for at least like I read like 2 weeks or something like that because.
Oh jeez.
It's like people getting sick in general because of the cold now and everything. And I don't know, there was like, there's these articles about it and shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel you. Yeah. I've been hearing because remember they said that the heat made things,
kind of
made the virus weaker. So I'm sure the cold is making it stronger, however that works. Damn. Are you guys, how's your weather over there?
It's definitely shifted to some coldness. It's nice. And then like it's been kind of rainy. Today we got a break from the rain, but it's still pretty cold.
Okay. You're not going to get snow, right? You didn't really get it last year, huh?
Yeah, no, there was only one day of it, and it was in March.
Oh, random.
Yeah, so it like stuck, and then by the afternoon it was gone.
See, that's why I really like Portland, because it doesn't get it. You get everything but the hard snow and the hard winter. So it's
and the cold's really not that bad. Like you outside, and it's just like throwing my jacket. Yeah, just
crispy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're good.
Like, all right, my cheeks are a little rosier right now, but it's fine.
I don't know. It feels good.
I know. I actually, I'm going to go to Lake Tahoe next month, and I've never been, but it gets a lot of snow, so I'm really excited. Yeah, it's cool. Like, snow in small doses actually can be really fun. Like, sledding, I'm going to do sledding, and I wanted to do snowmobile tours, but...
Remember when we snowmobiled, like, all day that one day?
No, it was, like, all night.
We just rode around the yard all day.
It was in a circle. Well, I know you were stoked because you just learned how to do it, and you just, like, wanted to do it. The whole time I was like, sure. I was like, what am I going to do? It was so fun. So, yeah, I wanted to do that, but they're really pricey. I was like, no, I'm not used to paying for this. I'll figure it out. I'll just sled extra, but yeah, I'm so stoked. But I had to buy like snow clothes for the first time in a long time. I was like, I don't even know. What do they have nowadays?
Right?
They have new stuff. I don't know. Molly probably knows. But they have like lined jeans. I don't know if they have this for guys, but for girls, they have these like lined jeans where it's like fleece inside, so it's warm, but it looks like regular jeans. And then they have it for leggings too. I was so stoked.
Oh shit!
Lined leggings. So it's warm, but leggings. Warm leggings, do you feel? Like it was
because leggings are usually chilly.
They're so thin and breezy, and it's like you feel like you're pantless, and you have to kind of check.
I'm breezy.
Damn. Exactly. I'm breezy. But no, I'm gonna try these ones out, and they're supposed to be again lined with fleece and felt and whatever else.
Well, isn't it cold? Grandma said it was cold there. No?
Actually, yeah, it is pretty cold. It's just mainly cold at night and mornings, but yeah, this will be like snow too. I had to get like snowshoes too, or like snow boots.
Did you get some like boots?
I got some, and then the boots too. They don't even look like snow boots anymore. I mean, they just got things that look like normal clothes that are like secretly snow clothes. It's like, wow, I don't have to look like a fucking marshmallow anymore.
They like have earmuffs disguised as hair.
No, but human ears. Straight ears. No, because
nice. Did you get earmuffs and a hat and some gloves?
I didn't get earmuffs. I think maybe I'm just being cocky because I can hear now and I don't have ear issues anymore. I'm just like, I don't need earmuffs. I know. It's crazy. And then I didn't get gloves either because I kind of have just those thin, warm gloves.
Yeah.
I don't need like the big, mitten gloves anymore. So, okay. I'm nervous though about like driving in the snow. Do you have any? I'm going to get a 4-wheel drive car. So I don't have to worry about chains. But
nice. Just take your time. That's all.
I will.
Fuck if someone's behind you or whatever the case, like no one gives a shit. It's about just getting there safely.
Okay.
And so just take your time. If like you feel like you're slipping or you're in a slick spot or whatever, it's,
just go slower.
Go as slow as you need to. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, cool. I could do that. Despite what people believe, I actually can do that. Okay, I can drive slow. I just choose not to.
Man, just listen to your gut. If like the car can't make it, or like because getting stuck. Do you remember getting stuck?
Oh, do I? That traumatized me from snow and from cars. I was like, I think we should get a horse. And we don't have this problem.
Get on a bike.
Yeah, getting stuck is one of the worst things ever. It's just so like, damn.
It's like my car's stuck right now.
Yeah, which means I'm stuck. Like, where am I? Now you have to assess.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna show Molly Jack Frost. She's never seen it.
I love Jack Frost.
How much
definitely.
You love it.
How much?
Yeah.
Man, it's 10 out of 10 because it's just nostalgic for me. It's got Michael Keaton. It's,
Kelly Preston.
Oh, the late Kelly Preston. R.I.P.
Dude, Alex Trebek died.
I know. I'm so sad about that. I remember hearing when he got diagnosed with cancer, and
Me too.
Because I love Jeopardy. And so, yeah, he was, I was really bummed about that, but he was so, so sweet and optimistic. Yeah. He's a huge Laker fan. I didn't know that. Massive. And I just saw, a little clip of someone asked him, his top 5 basketball players. And he said, or, his Mount Rushmore. And he said, I see if I remember, he said Kareem, Magic, Shaq, and Kobe. That's what he said. I was like, oh, it's just so Laker.
It's so sad, but we kind of knew this day was coming, but it's still super sad because it was out of nowhere. And then,
it's just weird.
He was my favorite game show host.
Totally.
I can't stand what's his name off Wheel of Fortune. Cannot stand that guy.
Oh my gosh, I can't as well. I don't understand.
I fucking hate him.
And I feel bad because I'm like, no one should be this upset about a game show. So there's
but I do.
And yet, same, because he just
and Steve Harvey as well.
But Steve Harvey is always like that. So you see him like that in all these different settings. So I'm just kind of used to it. But right. And also well, no, Steve Harvey, he hosts Family Feud. I do like Family Feud, but I love Wheel of Fortune.
I love Family Feud, and he doesn't let me watch it anymore.
I know, right? It's just weird when someone that's always been there, in pop culture, just
your whole life,
whole life.
It's I don't know. I never thought about you not being here for Jeopardy.
Yeah, what happens when you're not here?
Like that.
Yeah, it's or even with the passing of Kobe a little bit. It's just okay, so what happens now that you're not here? I don't understand. What continues?
Yeah.
Man, someone just bought his childhood home in Pennsylvania, Kobe, and I think for $800,000. And that there's pictures online of it. It's so beautiful, and it has the original hoop that he practiced on in high school when he was, on in high school. Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
The hell?
I know. It's not crazy, and it's a beautiful house. But yeah, his original hoop is just right there, on a garage thing in the driveway. And that's where he did it.
Damn.
And then I saw that Pau Gasol was playing golf with Kobe's family. Thought that was sweet.
Pau Gasol's going to be a Hall of Famer, so can we retire his jersey, please?
Yeah, that would be cool. He needs to.
Hell yeah.
He's pivotal.
Absolutely.
They had a genuine friendship, too. It seemed like Pau Gasol and Kobe.
Yeah, and that wasn't the case with
a lot of people.
A lot of people with Kobe. Maybe not till later in his career or whatever. But Pau Gasol was the right number 2 for that team, for that time, and for Kobe.
Totally.
And we're not going to the finals. In my opinion, we don't go to the finals. So again, he was traded to us in February of 2008. We had a good start. Kobe was leading us, but then we wouldn't have got to the finals without Pau. Had that trade not happened, we would have been a good team, but we would have been out in the first or second round, I feel second round at least. Maybe not the first. We wouldn't have gotten past the second round, in my opinion. Because Kobe just has to do too much always. And then we get Pau Gasol and we go to the finals in 2008 and then in 2009 and then in 10. And so I don't think we go to the finals unless that trade happens.
That's crazy. Yeah, you can literally see the trajectory. It's we get in and then we start winning. Huh?
Exactly. Then we won back-to-back championships. Not many teams win back-to-back championships.
Yeah, it was a really perfect partnership. I wonder, do you think that's a little underrated, Pau and Kobe, or do you think they get a lot of respect for their
more teamwork? So Pau's underrated, I think.
Just in general, yeah.
Just in general, he's so smart. He's such a good, such a instinctual player. So many skills. He was a good defender, rim protector. He's so underrated. And then just the guy that he is, not everybody again can be Kobe's number 2. And he was he knew his role. He's just so smart. He knew his role and he knew how he's supposed to execute his role. And
exactly. And he seemed totally comfortable and confident in that position too. He didn't seem he wanted to overstep it, and he didn't seem like he couldn't live up to it. He just seemed like it was.
Yeah. Well, and if you remember him particularly in 2008, when granted, we didn't have Bynum. He was hurt for that series and that finals and that whole playoff run. But
is that when Bynum was lame though the whole time?
No, that was because I even said if we had Bynum, It would be a different series. Bynum's length, I felt like, gave Garnett problems. And what do you know? We beat him in 2010 when we did have Bynum, and we went. I know it took 7 games, but hey. But Gasol was criticized for being soft in 08, that like Garnett took it to him and that the Celtics were just more physical, but Gasol couldn't handle it. So Gasol kind of had to like,
prove himself.
He heard that and everything. And like, again, you take him being a nice guy for him being a weak guy. And it wasn't the case because he came back like he was definitely ready. Like he took that on in 2009, having to go against Dwight Howard. And then again in 2010, when we did go against Boston, like he made sure to bring the physicality. He is severely underrated. No one talks about him, and they should.
Yeah, they really should. Yeah, he was always one of my favorites. He just seemed like a nice guy. He had a good presence on the court. And yeah, to have a good calming presence for Kobe is crazy. We needed that. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't just a support for Kobe. He did a lot in his own right. He did get aggressive. I mean, I don't even really remember them calling him soft in 08 because I just kind of remember he was really physical in the post, and I always respect that. But it does seem like they're a good match. Like even Pau being like from Spain and like Kobe kind of knowing that culture and knowing the language. Yeah. Like I'm sure they had this like connection on that, like different levels. So you could tell it was cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. They'd go and speak Spanish to each other or whatever. And, so just like understanding like life in Europe and stuff. And
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was right there, like wanting to win, like wanting to be great. And he is, and he was, and yeah, doesn't get mentioned a lot, and he should.
Well, there's our underrated player in general, Pau Gasol.
To add to that too, I remember my buddy at work, Mike, asked me like who, my top 5 Lakers were, and then like my next 5, like basically top 10.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Do you put Pau Gasol above Fisher?" And as hard as it was to do, I did.
I think I would too.
You would rank Gasol above Fisher. And I mean, this is splitting hairs here. It's incredibly hard. He's like, Fisher has more rings with you guys and a longer tenure with you guys. And I got his argument for sure. Again, it's kind of just, you can debate how you want, I guess. But to me, Fisher was never the number 2 to a championship team. He was always a really good role player. Did he hit clutch shots? Yes. Did he like rise to the moment? Yes. Was he a contributor? Like, of course, he was a starter.
Was he aggressive? Yes.
I don't think we go to the finals without Gasol, like I mentioned. And Fisher was on that team in 08. He came back to us.
Okay, that's when he came back.
So he was never a number 2 on a championship level team. He was always a role player and a damn good one. But so that's why I rank Gasol higher than Fisher, very slightly.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think you said that really well of how I would say, and I love Derek Fisher. I really love him as a player. Like he's always just been my favorite for whatever reason. He's just fun to watch, but yeah, I didn't really have to think too hard about it. And that's surprising me even that I would probably rank Gasol above Fisher just because I don't know. Gasol's just gritty and smart and humble and tough, and I don't know. He was a number 2. He's a well-rounded player, and yeah, he literally was.
He won back-to-back championships, and they got to the finals back-to-back-to-back.
Right,
and 1, 2 out of the 3, but the 2 in a row. So it's like, to be a number 2 on a team like that, on a dynastic team.
Yeah, you've got to be amazing.
Yeah. So look for number 16 to hang in the rafters in Staples Center one day.
Do you think his jersey's going to get retired too?
They won't, because Lakers only retire Hall of Famers.
Oh, got it.
That's the standard.
Oh, Lakers do. Or is that every team?
That is not every team.
Oh.
That's just the Lakers.
What would you do if you were like in charge of that? I guess the owner decides that.
Yeah, I mean, Lakers, it's hard. There wouldn't be any numbers left for their current players to wear if they were going to retire. Like,
I know, huh?
People's, but yeah, I don't know. It depends on the franchise, right? So if I have if I'm running like the Charlotte Hornets, did this player? Did we make a finals with him? At least was he like the best player during our best years that we've ever had so far? Type of thing. Like, I don't know, type of shit. So it's
case by case.
You're the Lakers though, and you have the standard and the brand that you do. Like, it's just so fitting. It's so perfect to do it their way.
No, you're right though. They probably have to just space wise. They're like, we need a new criteria, like just to limit.
I don't know what the Celtics is, but there's a lot of numbers retired over there too. And so,
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably just retire everyone then. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Is it hard? Okay, you know how sometimes I'll ask you, like, just for fun, like, do you think you could name every, you know, like, head coach in the NFL right now? Which, you know, it's super easy. I don't even know why I play these games with you, but super easy for you. But so, like, would it be just as easy to name certain, like, old basketball players, like, jersey numbers? Or would that be kind of difficult? Like, do you pay attention to that?
Yeah, numbers have kind of faded for me.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even ask
football like I used to.
Numbers or
I used to know, like, you know, because crazy not really having the internet growing up, you know, I would have to memorize everyone's starting lineups and like numbers and stuff like that. So I feel like I used to be able to, but now that I live in a world with some internet,
how old are you? Okay.
I feel like you can just go to Google and check out the starting lineups and the depth charts and everything like that. But yeah, it's crazy. But I used to be able to name every team's at least starting, I would say or not starting, but at least their top 7 or 8 players. And then I could tell you their jersey numbers. These days, not so much.
Well, yeah, it's technology's fault. It's not yours. That's what always happens. It's technological advances. Even people
we couldn't be doing the podcast if there wasn't for technology, but you know, we still blame you.
But I mean, yeah, even when like writing, like literally like writing first happened, you know, within our civilization, people shitted on that and the written word because then people's memories were not as strong because they could write things down. And it's like, but now it's trickled to the point where, yeah, you can't remember the jersey numbers like you used to. None of us can remember phone numbers because we don't need to. Like, it's just wild how that works. But
my spelling, which has always been highly questionable, has really gone to.
Dang, my spelling's not good either. Who's a good speller in our family?
Once upon a time, I felt like a good speller. I feel like I got close in a spelling bee, or at least I qualified for one.
Really?
But now,
you're just a change.
I think I might have qualified for one, but
it's crazy. I just found out too that this comedian that I watch all the time, she not only like knows how to play basketball really well, but she played in high school, college, and Europe for a little bit. And she's a full-on comedian. Yeah, I'm like, holy crap.
Wow.
I know.
So she was like Monica Wright McCall.
Oh yeah, exactly. But she didn't go to Sparks after all, and she didn't get Q. She didn't get Q. One of the greatest movies. Okay, let's name our top 5 sports movies. Yep, let's do it.
Love basketball. Remember the Titans. Friday Night Lights.
Good one.
White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my god, no. And A League of Their Own.
Yeah, sounds like you're missing a big one. Yeah, mine's very similar. A League of Their Own, Love and Basketball, White Man Can't Jump. Yeah, it might be the same, honestly. I was like,
right? I'm trying to think of another one.
Other ones.
One that's coming to mind is Rocky 5 because I love that's one of the best lines.
I was like, so that line resonates.
Oh man!
You guys know what we're talking about? It's the last line of the movie. It's just a smack talking line.
Well, it's
one of them, right? One of them in the last scene. I mean.
Yeah, so it's like as the fight. So Rocky 5 here, we'll stage it for you. It's when he basically takes in I don't know, like a juvenile. No, maybe he's not juvenile. He takes in someone off the streets who's like a younger guy who needs some direction. He ends up being an incredible fighter, and he coaches him until this fighter who was played by Tommy Morrison, the late Tommy Morrison, who was an actual real boxer. But he turns on Balboa because the guy, like the promoter, gets in his head and brainwashes Tommy Morrison into thinking Balboa is just there to basically be shady and collect off him. So then he challenges Balboa to a fight, and he goes into the bar, and he's saying all this stuff because he's brainwashed, and Balboa's trying to do the right thing, in the 80s, and you're trying to turn the other cheek because violence isn't right.
Of course.
In a bar fight, and then the brother Paulie, it's like, you know what, Tommy, you're trash. You're trash. You know what Balboa did for you? He helped you out. You're trash. He gave you your start. And so then he pushes Tommy Morrison, and then Paulie gets whacked in the jaw, right in the jawbone.
Paulie's old, isn't he?
Takes a punch. Balboa says, "You're right, Paulie."
Oh.
And then he gives him a look, and he says, "Hey, you knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down?"
Dang. And then they fight. They have a full-on street
fight. And he
fight.
goes, the promoter goes, "Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. In the ring."
Yeah. That's right.
And Balboa says, "My ring's outside."
Ooh. I mean, what more can you say?
Look it up. It's on
Look it up.
Those YouTube clips that only shows it like what are those clips called? Huh?
Scene by scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, look that up for sure. I also Rocky 4 is the one with the Russian, right? That's the Russian.
Dolph Lundgren, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
That movie is famous for Dolph Lundgren because he's Russian in the movie, and he goes, "If he dies, he dies." Everyone always talks about that line.
Really? I mean, it's pretty harsh. It's like, well, damn. I guess. Now,
so those movies are up there, which is weird because usually I don't like sequels as much as the original, but Rocky 1 I've never seen all the way through.
He loses.
I don't know that I've seen Rocky 2 all the way through. Maybe I have. To me, Rocky 1 and 2 are boring. Maybe they're too old for me. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Rocky 1 he totally loses. That sucks. Rocky 2,
Rocky 3 he fights Mr. T.
Oh yeah.
And he has not a scrimmage, exhibition match with Hulk Hogan.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Rocky 4 and Rocky 5, they're good.
Yeah, that's where it's at. And they really find their groove. But man, I feel like we're
so Happy Gilmore. I don't know,
yes, or Waterboy. Okay, or is Ace Ventura qualify as a? Oh damn! Forgot I was talking to. Oh well, your grandpa thinks it is a sport. Yes, he does. He does.
Grandfather.
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 What is that from again?
Not another teen movie.
Oh yeah.
What'd you guys do this weekend? He's like, I played tetherball with my sister. He's like, I visit grandfather.
And you know what? You've done all of those things.
I whoop in tetherball.
Dude, I beat you in tetherball, remember? I don't mean to brag. I don't brag often, people, but tetherball, I brag.
When?
Bass Lake. Last time we went to Bass Lake at the cabin, there's a tetherball pole and ball, and I did beat you, dude. I did. You know it because I never beat him at anything. So when I do, I note that shit. And I have, unfortunately, though, I have retired and I'm not eligible for a rematch. So sucks. That's just
like Balboa, I'm bringing you out of retirement.
No. Okay, my ring is inside, and it's.
If you lose, you lose.
Harsh. I'll call you Russian from then on.
Well,
you don't remember that? That sucks.
I don't declare a demand rematch.
You really don't remember? This sounds like some Ross Geller
swollen
gland horse shit.
Was this tetherball pole attached to a tire?
Yes, and it was on a hill.
Oh man, and you had the higher hill.
I didn't say that. No one said that.
All right, it is coming back to me.
I think we were on on not up and down, but on the sides. You feel like the pole was, you know what I'm saying? Look, why? Why can't, for once, I just want to win, where you can't blame it on the timer or the fact that you thought you were getting mono.
No, I had swollen glands.
Oh, damn, we're too much alike them sometimes. All right, well,
Grandpa, okay, getting back to grandfather.
Yes, he says he believes it's a sport. I'm not sure if coincidentally it's something to do with him being a giant golf fan or if he's just saying, but no, he just thinks, when I remember, he said, because it's just, you can be at a professional level, that because you can get to a professional point that, and there's that amount of difficulty. He brought that up too. A lot of people did with golf, but there's a certain level of difficulty. Not everyone can be a pro. He feels it's a sport. So I did tell him that, I told him that you don't think it's a sport and you kind of consider like having defense more of a sport. And he's just like, Jake just likes all that pushing and shoving and all that. He's like, he just likes all those rough sports. So like, yeah, that's probably it. So I think Grandpa cracked the code. I think it's just some people like the contact rough sports. Some people are cool with the easier, breezier, maybe not easier, I take that back, but breezier for sure sports.
That's so good.
I know. He nailed you.
Remember when we used to play, so we did this like, it was either inside at times, we've done it on the trampoline, and then we brought this game to on Thanksgiving in the jumper when we would get a bunch of blankets and put it over our head and try to run as fast as we can into each other and just see where we land.
Yes, like could that be a sport, you think?
Oh man. You know what I thought about too the other day was, do you remember me ever on the land jumping off the roof onto the trampoline?
And in the snow, yeah. Do you remember doing it in the snow? Because it was so high that you were able to jump off the roof into the snow and land in a cloud of snow unscathed.
My silhouette appears and I'm just...
Yeah, we just saw like the top of your beanie. Like, you get it. But then I do remember you jumping on the trampoline as well. But I don't remember like what happened or like did you get hurt or something, or you're okay, right?
No, I was perfect. And then Dad tried, and Dad he got hurt. So our dad tried, and he kind of whiplashed himself. He wasn't ready for that.
My gosh, I'm so his daughter though, because I am just accident prone as well.
That's what's crazy about it. Is like I don't remember landing on my feet because the jump would take me too high. I had to like land on my butt so that it would actually launch me and I could have my balance. So yeah, I don't know if I would try on my feet from the roof like that. Just your feet aren't going to be ready for that. That double bounce is real.
Yeah, we should really get our sister on this podcast to ask about the double bounce because she'll know.
I'm sorry.
She's got a real unique memento from it. That's not being
any consolation there. I got double bounce too high at times as well, where like I was like going through the springs, or I was like, were you on any of those where I'm like,
so I didn't know if this was ever gonna get brought up again, but yeah, one time he double bounced me and I had no control. Okay, it was a very strong one and I had no control. Okay, so I don't know what you were doing, but it all happened so fast. Long story short, I landed on you and I knocked the wind out of you.
I do remember that.
For several minutes, you were recuperating for several minutes. I had to be quiet for several minutes.
I definitely remember, because like I bounced you in the air and then I landed on my back, and somehow it was like I don't know how like it was a strong bounce, but like right as I was like coming up, you just landed right on top of me.
Oh, you were coming up. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. I remember I was high in the air. It was one of those things where like your legs start wiggling, like, whoa, where are we? Like I was trying to find something and then I like looked down and then I'm like, oh shit, Jake's right there. And then bam. I was like, oh no. But
man. Yeah,
so you got hurt on that pretty good as well. I think I was the one that didn't really get hurt on the trampoline. I just got hurt in other ways.
Well,
though.
were you ever on the trampoline when I went through the springs, or when I felt like when I went too high and I was like, I like hit the pole and like rolled off, like, and I landed on the ground?
No, but I do remember I was on the trampoline with you when you jumped, landed, and then your side collapsed and my side didn't. And then that's when, yeah, we had to like kind of MacGyver it back to life. But
anyway, my point to all that was I've been playing shit on that thing too. So
that no, totally. We've all, whether trampoline or homemade water slide, we have all eaten shit in our lives. I don't remember whose idea that was, but it rhymes with shmishmeka. But okay. Oh man, but yeah, now I'm still trying to figure out what's a sport, what's deemed a sport. Yeah, it could like, I don't know, something like that, like jumping off a roof. Can you make that a professional level and deem it a sport? I mean, how far does it go? Where do we draw?
Yeah.
Fine. I'm gonna figure it out, but we'll all figure it out together. Huh?
So maybe that's what we call the X Games.
Yeah. ESPN, the Ocho, I think, is needed. Yeah. Now, like dodgeball, though, in your criteria, that'd be considered more of a sport than golf.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is it a sport? Is it considered a sport right now? Legally?
Well, they have it on the Ocho, and I think it's now an Olympic sport.
The Ocho's real?
It is now. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it's new or they've had it since dodgeball, but.
What? Wow.
Yeah, there's some weird shit too. Like they'll have this like basically a jumper, and it's just a pyramid of stairs, and you have to but then they'll put a bunch of slime on it, and they'll get like 9 contestants, and they all wear helmets, and they try to like make their way up the pyramid without slipping or taking each other down. And I forget what they have to do, if they have to like hit a buzzer or like grab a flag or something like that. But
kind of sounds like Fear Factor a little bit, like the stunts that they would do.
Yeah. I would love to go
on the Ocho. Or on Fear
Factor? Like competitions like that, where you wipe out and just take people down. And
you would go on Wipeout, you think?
I don't know if I can go on Wipeout, because like that show, it looks like people really did get like injured, and yeah. I would love to do the big red balls though. I think I can make it across.
You think so? Those seem real bouncy. What would be your strategy? Do you have one, or you think you have to figure it out?
You have to go fast. Like, don't waste any time. Like, I maybe would even go like take off, jump off my right foot, like leap, like almost like a hopscotch.
Okay.
The alternate foot. So it's like, okay, jump off my right to my left. And so almost like I'm taking them like stairs.
Gotcha. Okay. So to train for that, you just need a bunch of stadiums, right? You
go fast.
Chilling, yeah.
You go fast. You can't sit there, and I think if you take an extra bounce on them, that's where no one's gonna be able to balance on.
Dang, yeah, it's rough when you see people wipe out like that.
Okay, you had to have ruptured your eardrum there, or you're concussed.
Yeah, you're not the same person.
The way they make the way they do wipe out, and then some of those are just designed so that you obviously the show is called Wipeout. That's what people want to see. So the show's designed where it puts you in funky positions where you do wipe the hell out. And I almost just feel like it's unfair. It should kind of happen naturally.
That's why. Do you ever watch American Ninja Warrior? That one's pretty cool.
Oh, I love that show. Yeah.
That one's a really cool show. Yeah. Do you think you would do something like that? I mean, that one seems like you really have to have specific training for it, for those stunts. But say you did put in that training. Do you think you would do that?
Yeah. I would love to compete in that. Have you heard of the thing called parkour? Where
yes, kind of. I don't. What is it though exactly? I know it's old and
it's kind of just it's kind of like how I hike. How I'll take slumps or whatever and just go off mountains or whatever and just go off ramps, and I don't know. You feel free, and you just it's almost like an indoor course, and you have bars and ramps and just and you go and jump off stuff and rope swing to do this.
Dang. So now let's talk about next Sunday, football. Any prediction, any upset predictions, anything noteworthy?
Vikings will lose to Chicago on Monday night. It's guaranteed. Kirk Cousins is on a primetime game, nationally televised game. More importantly, he's never won a game on Monday night. So it's They're guaranteed to lose. And we rarely win in Chicago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Probably should have done some homework and looked at our all-time record versus the Bears in Chicago, but I already know it's not good.
Yeah, so no need. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, so based on those two accounts alone, we're not going to win. So we'll lose. And we have some good kind of going right now. There's some winnable games. If they can figure out how to win this game, we're right back in it. We'd be 4-5, you know?
Yeah, that sucks when you know you're going to lose. Like that.
Yeah, we play Monday night, man. So it's going to blow.
All right, well, we'll accept that.
I don't see any upsets on the horizon, although, like, the Cowboys almost beat the Steelers last week. Like, football.
Oh, wow.
It's just a thing of beauty when it comes to, like, you don't like any given Sunday. I know that's always said, but it's so true. I mean, really in pro sports, it's like that. But, like, there's nothing more unpredictable than the NFL.
What is going on with Steelers? Why are they so undefeated right now? Like, what are they doing?
They're a really good organization. They have a good owner. They have a good front office. Like, you know, they've only had like 3 coaches, I think, in their history or some crazy shit like that. So like they know who the guy. Yeah, it's insane for how long Pittsburgh's been around. Like
wow.
They find head coaches and they're really good, and they know how to scout talent, and they know how to put together a team. And again, the right coach is Mike Tomlin, and he knows how to unify them. And they have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger, and he's not done. He's still doing good things, and they're just they're really well coached. They're really well put together, and they're just a really good organization.
Damn, well, good for them, I guess. They're just doing it right.
Yeah, they do have their moments where they play down. Like, again, they should have wasted Dallas this past Sunday, and it was closer than it needed to be. But, yeah, they're a really good organization, and they always have been. Unlike the Vikings, let's just say, like, Pittsburgh's always battling for a playoff spot or, like, in the playoffs, or they're always relevant. Yeah, we would love to see the Steelers and Chiefs play, but they don't play this season. So hopefully in the playoffs, that would be such a good, like, AFC championship game.
Totally. Oh my gosh, that'd be a really great matchup.
What I've never seen is what happened on Sunday. I've never seen Tom Brady get his ass kicked the way he got his ass kicked on Sunday night. That was insane. I couldn't turn it off. Like, it was a blowout game. I couldn't turn it off because I'm like, am I really watching this right now? Tom Brady?
And who'd they play?
Saints. Which good call on picking up that defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Jay.
A-bone.
That was solid then, because wow, they really shut down Tom Brady.
Yeah, what was it, 38-3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's the worst I've ever seen.
It is. It's
the worst loss of his career.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were lost by that point deficit, that larger one.
Yeah. So, look for them to rebound big.
Yeah. Tom Brady won't take that lightly. If that's his biggest deficit, he's going to be annoyed with that.
Yeah, he's going against Teddy B and the Panthers.
Okay. Now, who would you say your fantasy flavor of the week is? The sleeper, the underdog, someone we need to watch out for, add to our team if available?
I would say.
And I'm writing this down.
I would go off the top of my head, Curtis Samuel. He's not projected for a lot of points. He's going against Tampa Bay's defense, who's going to be pretty pissed off. But over the last 3 games, if you're not in a PPR league, over the last 3 games, respectively, it's been $11.30, so 11.30, 17.40, and then 17.80. So his last 3 games, he's really caught fire. His projections are he's only supposed to get $4.67 for you, but last 3 games he has went off, and one of those was just recently against the Chiefs, who is a red team. If you play fantasy football, you know what that means. And so he can still go off against teams that aren't allowing a lot of points to his position.
Nice. And what's his position?
He's a wide receiver, but they have been using him at running back a little bit, so they've been giving him running back plays.
Oh, watch out for him. What team is he on, did you say?
He is on the Carolina Panthers with Teddy B.
Oh yeah, Teddy B. Oh, we miss you, Teddy. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, all right. That's someone to look out for. Yeah, he sounds very solid, averaging 17 points a game. That's crazy. Now,
yeah, definitely. He's definitely averaging that the last 2 games.
Oh, last 2 games. Okay. Okay, so is he available in our league? Out of curiosity. Or do you have him already?
He's not. I just picked him up.
Damn it, Jake. Of course.
Yeah. Playing against Ben. Sorry, Ben.
Oh,
love
Ben.
you.
Oh, Ben.
Bye.
How's Ben doing? Let's talk about Ben. How's he doing in fantasy?
Yeah, he's 5-4. He's in that other division with Molly, Anna, and Blake. So Anna's 9-0, just dominating away.
What the hell, Anna?
Molly, Blake, and Ben are 5-4. While me and you sit at the top of our division at 4-5. Oops. Let's see who you play.
Yeah, I think I play.
You play Anna. So you have to beat her. She's undefeated.
Crap. Okay. I got this.
And primarily, it's like, I mean, Dalvin Cook that's the other thing too in fantasy. He's just winning people games. Like he's winning.
She's got Dalvin Cook. Okay. Damn.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, what you should do is if Chris Carson is playing, I would put him in for Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, he's a rookie. He's kind of he plays for the Colts. He's kind of in the doghouse with the Colts because he keeps fumbling, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like he's in the doghouse. He's not getting as many carries. They're using other guys. So like he only got 6 rushing attempts and he was only targeted twice in the passing game. So so if Carson's playing, I would substitute that. Yeah.
For sure. Thanks, bro.
So there's a key point there too.
Yes. If you have this exact situation as I do, sub him in. Sub it now.
Peep this.
Peeping.
So the NBA draft is a week from tonight.
Oh, okay.
So if we don't do an episode next week, just know it's draft day. And those are holidays for us.
Yeah. And we'll be back to report.
And we'll let you know who LaMelo Ball is playing for, because I know y'all want to know.
That's a big, okay.
This is going to be a weird ass draft because I'm not going to know most of them. I'm not going to know these players. Usually, like, you watch, college basketball. I get all my college basketball scouting done during March Madness, and we didn't have it. So I'm literally not going to know a lot of people.
Okay. Well, now you'll know how I feel when I watch these drafts. I'm like, don't know who this dude is.
But they just got announced too that NBA free agency starts November the 20th, and then guys can actually sign contracts the 22nd. So NBA free agency is right around the corner too. This is insane. So we get the draft the 18th, and then free agency on the 20th. It's going to be jam packed. I know we're not every year can be like last off season. We're like half of the league, literally 50% of the league were free agents, and all those. We had so many stars move. Like Anthony Davis was traded, Kawhi Leonard signed, Paul George was traded, like Russell Westbrook, like so
wild.
Many stars moved. So a lot of people are just like, so there's not even anybody to go get. Like, no, it's still a movement. It's still like, again, if you're a diehard, you appreciate it. And so we'll see. I think Lakers, I heard they're interested in Serge Ibaka from the Raptors.
Yes, I actually saw that too. Yeah, so
cool.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I'm down for that. And then, of course, NBA starts December 22nd, which is great.
I know, right around the corner. I know LeBron's not happy about it. But
why? He's no downtime.
It's just exactly just finished up, and I know like being in a bubble and stuff like that. But
yeah, that is a bummer.
Otherwise, you lose like billions of dollars.
Yeah, it's like maybe. If LeBron was paid millions, he would do it. Oh, wait. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So that means Lakers, are they going to be playing for Christmas, do we know? Or is that all the
schedule's supposed to come out later. But at least we have these key dates. The 18th, the 20th, the 22nd, and then December 22nd.
Okay, perfect. Those are our key dates, everyone. NBA fans, write them down. That's gonna be our.
I'm down for it. I'm ready.
Well, sweet.
All right, cool. Well, this was a fun episode.
A fun episode. I hope you guys liked it. We took a break, but we're back. Loud and large. New president, maybe, most likely. I think so. So whole new feeling, whole new vibe.
Whole new world.
Let's get a whole new world. Loud and Jasmine, though, are still there. Don't worry.
You and me.
Yes. Well, all right. This is JocKstrap signing off.
The JocKstrap.